Hi. As you've all noticed, the teachers, you have webcams in your classrooms, and it has a stand, a microphone, and a USB extension cable. The main driving force behind those is so when you are ready to do any kind of lessons where you want to use your dry erase board, you're in front of the students, in front of a class, or if you're doing remote learning and want to use your dry erase board, you have that ability to do that. So let's go through the components and the setup. First thing I want you to look at as you unbox everything is your microphone headset. And it does come with a little bit of charge, but I want to make sure that we do get it more charged. So if you look on the edge, there is a little rubber boot. You pull that boot and that's where you plug it in. It's almost hidden, so I want to point out where it is. Once you get that plugged in, go ahead and plug the other end into your laptop. Doesn't matter which port. I'm going to plug it on the far side. When you get it plugged in, you'll see that it has a red LED that comes in when it's charging. When it's fully charged, it does turn blue, so you'll know it's fully charged. It does charge pretty quick. The time on that is actually pretty good as far as power time. They rate it at 6 to 8 hours of uptime, so that's actually really good. So I'll come back to that in just a second. The next thing that you can look at, we have your camera box. There are two different cameras that came out. They're the same camera, but the difference is the way the cord attaches. So brown box or greenish box. If you got the one in the brown box, that one I believe is the one that has the cord that attaches. It is. So when you get ready to set this camera up, that's the only difference. The other box, it's actually built in. You're just going to plug it into the back. You'll be able to see it. So that'll be pretty self-explanatory. The other part that you have is a stand. You do have this little screw-on button on the top. That's just a protector. I would recommend saving this little guy. So twist that off of there. Then if you transport this thing, I would put it back on there. That way it's not going to tear or scratch anything up that it bumps into. So that'll save your car upholstery or whatever. To attach the camera on there, it is so much easier if you leave the stand folded up. You have a tripod socket on the bottom of the camera. And whichever way works for you. Some people screw the camera. I tend to hold the camera still and then gently screw the stand in. So whatever works for you, and just get it snug. Now as far as these stands, this is something that I used to, when I was teaching photography in the classroom, I had to really explain a lot. The stands themselves, keep in mind that they are plastic clamps, okay? So you don't want to over tighten them. You just want to get them snug. If you go too far, it'll actually snap the plastic. So just get it snug to where it doesn't move, and then you're good. Okay, the bottom stand is designed so it's going to be perpendicular. So you get it close. And then we set that up. And then it has two levels of adjustment. You can just do one or two, doesn't matter how you want to do it, just as long as you're comfortable with what it looks like. Once you have those snugged, then you're good to go. Typically the best height would be about eye level or a little bit higher than eye level from where the students would be seated in the classroom. So that's way it's kind of the same view. So that'll work out. Okay, so your next component is going to be your extension cable. Now this is a special active USB cable, which basically means that it carries that power through it. So the design on that one allows, when you plug it into your camera, this long, it's 16 feet long, to stretch it out and still power up the cord on your webcam so it still works. We have to be careful with it because just a regular plain USB extension cable won't conduct the power, so it won't carry it onto your camera. So if you're having this set up so you point it at your dry erase board, you go ahead and plug one end of your camera into the extension cable. And again, if it's from the brown box, it's that's going to have to plug into the back of the camera, and get it in there. If it's from the other box, obviously it's built in and you don't have to worry about plugging it in. Oops, sorry, got a light in my eye. Okay, once it gets all set, plug the other end into your laptop. Doesn't matter which port. Try to use the same port every time if you can. That way it doesn't have to do the installation of the drivers. And you don't have to do anything special. It's automatic. It might take it a minute. Usually it's like 20 or 30 seconds for it to connect and install the drivers. You're going to notice that your camera, when it's on, has a red LED light, so you can see that up here. From there, that means it's ready to go. Okay. So our next step, once we have all our components that far ready to go, then we're going to switch over and we are going to set up our headset. So, and you should have enough power to do this today. We're going to go ahead on our headset, right on this silver button that's right on the side of the headset. Go ahead and push that. You're going to see that it's going to power on. Let me hold it down so I can watch it. I've got blue, and if I keep holding it, it has blue and red flashing. When it has blue and red flashing, that's when we're going to hook it up to our computer. Okay, so I'm going to switch over to my screen. That way you can see my screen and you can see what it looks like to hook up the Bluetooth. And then we're going to do a test to make sure that everything is set. Okay, when we have this Bluetooth headset flashing, we're going to go into our Bluetooth settings. So probably the easiest way to do that and to find it is come down to the bottom left where you have your little magnifying glass to search, and then just simply type in Bluetooth. At the top, you're going to see it say Bluetooth and other device settings. Go ahead and click that. Make sure that your Bluetooth is on. If it's not, turn it on. And then finally, the next step is to go up and hit Add Bluetooth or other device. So we're going to hit the Add Bluetooth or other device. Then we're going to come down and where it says mice, keyboards, pens, and so forth. We're going to go ahead and click that. And you're going to see MPOW, and it has a little headset icon. That's the one we want. That's our brand. So we're going to click that guy. Okay, once it comes up, it'll say connected. Okay, so we're going to flip this to done. I can close out of this Bluetooth setting, and I'm going to go ahead and pull up a tab. To test this, we're just going to start into Google Meet. We're not really going to join or create a Google Meet, but we're going to bring it up so we can see what the window pane is going to look like. So I'm going to hit Meet. I hit Join or Start, and you can just type in test or anything like that. Like I said, we're going to go through the first step. We're not really going to join a Google Meet. Notice that it has this join now. We're not going to worry about hitting that because what we want to do is we want to make sure we have the right camera. Now, when it came up, it probably came up with your webcam built in your laptop as your main webcam. So I'm going to hit More Options. Okay, again, that's a little settings dots down here, More Options. And I'm going to go up and hit Settings. And I'm going to flip to audio, or from audio to video first because I want to make sure I have the right webcam. So where it says camera, it has a little arrow. Click on the arrow and make sure it has that T2 or TS2, whichever one you have. Okay. After you have the correct webcam, and you'll be able to see the thumbnail to see that you have the right one, go ahead and click audio. And then you need to find that MPOW. Now here's where it matters which one you're doing. There's MPOW. We have the hands-free. Go ahead and click that one. And for today, I want you to go through and do also the MPOW hands-free. Okay. Now, when you get ready to put your headset on, and you can still kind of see me over on the side, notice that this is set so you can do left-handed or right-handed. I like to have it on the left-hand side, so make sure that you have that set up on your ear, all good to go. And you can see that from the microphone here, every time I talk, it's bouncing up and down. You can also hit the test button. Make sure you can hear that in your headset. Okay. And then you're going to hit done. Okay. Once you have that set, we know that we're connected properly. Now, it's always a good idea before you start or join a meeting that when you're in this menu of Meet, go ahead and hit that and just do a quick check. Obviously, you'll know which camera is right, but do a quick check on your audio, microphone, and speakers just to make sure you're connected to the right one. Okay. If you don't have your headset turned on, then it will it will show up as grayed out if it's a previous connected, or it won't show at all. So you want to make sure that you have it set. Okay, so from there, let's go ahead and get everything going. I'm going to email the tutorial out with some instructions on what we're going to do. Okay, if you have any problems, obviously you can let us know.